Well, good evening. Happy Sunday, everybody. Johnny Youngberg here with good old, what's his name? Mark, the producer of this show. That's right. Hello.
What's his name?
Hello, Mark. That's a cue for you to say hello back.
Hello back.
Thank you. Hey, we were just talking about something randomly while we're watching those credits that we've only seen 5 billion times. Yeah, they're very, very touching. The worst things you can do while wearing your mask.
Oh yeah,
I said
we just had garlic sausage and roasted garlic, and the thing is there was so much garlic.
Yeah,
because I put garlic in the pan.
Yeah,
with the butter and the onions,
and
then put the garlic sausage in that.
Yeah,
and then the pierogies we had for dinner were potato and garlic.
Yeah, and so don't burp that while you're wearing your mask.
Yeah,
and then I said the worst thing I ever did.
Yeah,
the worst thing was egg salad.
Oh.
And it was like, it was awful. So there you go. And you can't really.
Tuna's not good either.
Don't get me going.
Or
kissing or anything. You can't do that either.
I had tuna the other day at lunch, and then I had to go out and I had my mask on and I burped.
Oh, Christ.
And, I just about passed out. I'm like, oh. Hey, did I ever tell you about the first time I ever went to Blondie's Burgers? Blondie's Burgers.
No, that one where you get like the 3-pound burger?
9 pound.
9 pound hamburger?
9 pound hamburger.
Boy,
you got to get her on here.
That explains everything.
No, well, I my buddy of mine and the three of us, we were going to go to a movie, but we were way too early. So we decided to go for dinner and we went to Blondie's Burgers and I got the 1 pounder.
Yeah.
And it was still too big for me to eat. I ate half of it, but we were at the theater later on. And I could feel it coming up like a burp.
That's a heart attack.
And I tried to do it quietly.
Yeah.
And I did it as quiet as I. Not 3-4 seconds later, someone goes, "Who farted? Who farted?"
Your breath smelled like a fart. That's awesome.
That's how. Oh my god! But I tell you, that burger was tasty.
Yeah, I'm sure the guy in front of you loved it too.
Well, I'm sure he could taste it.
Oh god, that's awful.
It was horrible.
That is awful.
Very embarrassing. My buddy looks at me. Jabs me, he goes, "That's you, dude."
Yeah, no kidding, pal. Good move. So there's our exciting conversations we have around here when you're not.
Then we were talking about your shirt.
Oh yeah, this is my oldest Hawaiian shirt. If anybody knows me knows I have a ton of Hawaiian shirts. This is the oldest one. I think it's got to be almost 30 years old, and it's Aloha Joe is the brand name, and that is the best Hawaiian shirt you can get. Nice heavy material, and the Hawaiian shirt was created by a gentleman. For the tourists, they didn't wear them in Hawaii before tourism, really.
Well, I would imagine.
And he got the fabric from his wife's curtains, and the loud colors and whatnot all came from that original design. Aloha Joe, very tough to find, but if you do, buy it and give it to me.
My buddy Scott and Lisa are listening.
Oh, good.
It was not an original idea. So Lisa, for Scott's, I think it was
what was an original idea
for Scott's birthday?
Yeah,
he had these Star Wars bed sheets. And she took them in and had a really nice, like a Hawaiian style shirt.
You're touching me.
Yeah.
Don't.
He had a Hawaiian style shirt done with all these Star Wars. It was the Star Wars sheets. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Now it's like, I'm like, that's so cool.
Yeah. See, someone did it way before you, Star Wars boy. So there you go. Aloha Joe. So anyways, how was your weekend? I know how your weekend was. We live in the same house.
It was boring.
Yeah. I washed my car today.
I
did.
I washed my van today too.
No, you did not.
Go look.
When I pulled up, it looked like you just came through a friggin', I don't know, earthquake or something.
Go take a look again.
I can't. We're on the thing.
Well, I'll talk to them while you.
I'm not gonna go look
because I went and I washed it. And there was this guy. He was washing his vehicle in the bay across from me, and he had his headphones on, and he was singing away. And he was so out of tune. I just didn't have the heart to tell him.
Well, aren't you nice?
How much is it? Do you go to that wand wash that I showed you on
I go to St. James. Yeah, right.
How much does it cost you to do your car?
$5.
It cost me $12.
Yeah, well, you have a van. I've got a Grand Am.
Yeah, and do you do the tire wash?
Yeah, I do the whole thing.
And you do the wax.
Yes.
The wax and everything?
Yes, I do. And I vacuum, but the vacuum was broken at the one I was at.
Do they have a vacuum? They have a vacuum in each one.
Yeah, they do.
I didn't vacuum. I just I use the air.
I've been in your van. You need a shovel first before you vacuum. Yeah, no, seriously.
Oops. Did I say that?
He did. Finally, he swears. Yeah, no, you can't. You can't say "fuck you" on this show.
Oh,
yeah, you can. It's our show, and it's uncensored.
Fuck you.
All right, now stop it.
So, yeah.
All right, listen. I've been biding my time. I'm illustrating yet another book for an author.
Yes, you are. Why
Yeah.
don't you show some of the pictures?
And I can't right now. They're on a drawing. I don't do that. I don't take them out of there till I finish. And
Wow.
of course, everybody knows I love to draw and whatnot. And this is a great segue to this next segment.
That. Go grab that.
No, because they don't know I'm giving it to them yet.
Well, they're not watching.
You don't know that.
Well,
just relax. I'll show some artwork next
sucks.
time. It's okay. Don't worry. Next time I'll show.
You drew this earlier.
I did not.
Yeah, you did.
Get that down. Anyways, but I got him at Forum Arts Center. Forum Arts Center. I had great times over there teaching cartooning. Hopefully, do it again. And we're gonna find
that
out.
was fun doing those classes for them.
Yes, but
I was
live
the editor for
live
those.
teaching for me is much better. Got a lot of interaction, a lot of fun. I'm sure
Yeah,
any
I'm
instructor
sure it
thinks
is.
that. Now we're going to introduce you to the person that runs that ship and so much more. Daryl Demansky from Forum Arts Center. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Good.
She's also the first winner of the $25 gift certificate.
I am. I'm
of
lucky that way. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
those are
I'm very
still
lucky
that's
that
still
way.
sitting on my table upstairs.
Well, you'll get it.
That's okay.
You'll get it. Hey, I was just mentioning, as you saw, the center and the teaching. Well, tell folks a bit about. It started in 1964. The whole center, did it
Yeah.
not? Okay.
Yeah.
And go.
And go. How much time you got?
You got all the time in the world.
I am the executive director, and I just passed my 25th anniversary at the Forum Arts Center. Yay!
Very good.
Yay!
Long.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you say, I've been running the ship. We started in '64. We had two university professors from University of Manitoba, Nicola Belias and Steve Ripa. And they wanted to establish a place in Winnipeg, Manitoba too. We've got students from all over the place, where anyone could take art. You didn't come away with a piece of paper saying you're an artist. You didn't come away with a degree. There's no tests. There's no exams. Anybody could take art. So we started teaching at that time. We've been in 8 locations, and we start at 7 years old for the kids, 7 to 11, 12 to 16, and then everything. And our oldest student so far was, I think, 93.
Oh,
Something
fantastic.
like
The
that.
oldest student was 93.
Yeah.
Glasses this thick, but
Well, she was still visiting. No, actually, it's not often just the vision. It's memory. We've had 9 or 10 students with Alzheimer's over the years.
Oh, okay, great.
And surprisingly, they remember how to paint, and they can get right. We know they're getting to the last stages. Is they know how to put the paint on the brush, but then they don't know how to connect the brush to the painting.
Oh, well,
I
it's
wonder if
still-
it's just because it's a different part of the brain.
It could be.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's good therapy. I mean, it has to
That's
be.
quite amazing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, art. The good thing about art, right, is as long as you want to do it, you can do it.
That's true.
No, that's not true because I want to do it and I can't draw a straight line.
No one can draw a straight line.
The
draw a
line
crooked line
is
either.
the line is I'm a draftsman, so I can help you with that. But what happens is people walk in the door and the line is I can't draw a stick man, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's okay. My I guess my comment back to you would be you can't get worse.
Very good point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I beg to differ.
No.
Oh, Darlene says hi, everybody.
As long as you keep doing it and you want to do it, but that's what we're there for. We have instructors. We've had this last year, when we were in person, we had 40 classes, over 40 classes in person. And of course, with everything else, we had to cancel that.
Sure.
But when we started with maybe 7 or 8 instructors, and the basics was teaching fine art, fine visual art, that type of thing. And it's morphed and it's grown and it's changed, of course, in our locations, but we've always been running art classes in person. So this was a big change, right? Just like the rest of the world. But we were able to send it to online. So it's been working really well. We've been doing quite well. We've had hundreds and hundreds of artist instructors over the years. We're really fortunate in that Manitoba has great teaching artists, great artists.
Well, we have a great time. It's such a great time for everybody involved.
Well, the idea too is to have a casual, nurturing, welcoming environment. and positive, and we just have to reiterate that all the time, because you're there. One, you're going to learn a little bit, obviously, but you're going to have fun doing it, and that's what it is. It's just like anything else. If you want to improve, you take classes.
See, Mark, there's hope for you.
There is hope for it. Remember,
you
John,
can show me all the classes you want. There's no hope for me.
our good buddy Tom Andrich, who passed away a few years ago, was our
Right.
art director. And one of his lines, like, we would have parents coming in concerned about the fact that the kids might not be learning something completely new each time. And he would say, well, it's very similar to your kids take hockey lessons, your kid take piano lessons, your kids take dancing lessons, they take whatever they take. He says they're not going in at it as experts, but as long as they keep taking it, they're bound to improve.
Well, let's talk about the classes that, I know you got a ton of them, but what can people take? And they can go online, of course, and find out about the classes, but
yeah, you can go online, like it's forumartscenter.com, and basically the online right now, the offerings, there's about 15 to 20. We started, you had to do an about face in March and figure out how to do this. And some art doesn't translate too well to three-dimensional. Two-dimensional we can offer, drawing, cartooning, that type of thing. We couldn't do clay. That one's pretty tricky to do online.
Yeah, I would think so. Sculpting, I can see that. Yeah.
You know what would really be cool is if they can get like the virtual reality kind of thing where you're got the gloves on, you're tactile and visual all around you. If they could come up with that technology.
There is that technology already.
Yeah.
Well,
there's augmented, in art, there's already augmented reality and virtual reality, and that's how we have a lot of our artists right now are young artists go into being game developers and app developers.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, for some of our people who are not so technologically advanced,
like me, old school.
What's the difference between augmented reality and virtual reality?
You're going to have to ask an expert on that, but basically you're bringing things into your reality. So remember they had those, oh gosh, what was it? Those critters, and you see an object and you click on the object and he would appear overhead. And
are you talking about the Pokemon game?
That's it. Yeah. So that's a form of art in the technology.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
But somebody has to create that art.
Sure.
Okay, so those images, and there's gamers and developers, they're digital artists basically. But if they can't draw, and that's what happens with our art classes, is we'll get people that can maybe do something on a computer, but they don't know how to hold a pencil.
Yeah, well, I've often said, a lot of people I get talking to, of course, doing what I do, they'll say, do you do all your work on computer? I'm like, no. I'm old school. I don't do the coloring on computer. I do, and there's nothing wrong with doing it that way. I just prefer old school, And
I'm old school too. I'm a draftsman and interior designer, and let's face it, they didn't have computers when I got my degree, right?
No.
There wasn't. They had an engineering room that was like a giant room, and the computer was half the room.
Sure. Yeah.
And so that was same thing, but can you draw on a drafting table? That type of thing. So it's kind of funny, you're getting a mix and the reverse of what you used to get is people were old school, and then all of a sudden you've got these kids going into graphic design, creative communications, all these courses, and they're asking them to build a portfolio on stuff that they've never done. So they can do it on a computer program and a software program, but they can't draw.
Yeah. Well, it blows my mind when you see what they can do. Number one, I'm envious because I'm not technical at all.
No, me neither.
But like even like for me growing up, we didn't have computers, like you said. I had a Etch-a-Sketch, but that's as far as I got.
I did too.
Did it get Wi-Fi?
It only had one knob.
Did it get Wi-Fi?
No.
Oh.
But
And
the pen and brush and hand inking and hand coloring. I think I just that's what I appreciate. I appreciate that a little more. I think only I'm biased, but that's just the way.
No, me too. It's tactile, and the nice part is, was that a weird? The tactile?
No, I kept wondering why she's looking at me.
Well, because you were the one talking, then she was the one talking. So I was looking at you, I'm looking at her, then I was looking at you. I was acknowledging your existence.
Thanks. Would you let her continue?
Good.
I didn't stop this. You did. You're lucky you got that because I can't push you out of the chair right now.
That's right. He used to push me out of the chair, Daryl.
I saw some of those.
But now that I had surgery and now I had this monstrosity hernia from
I honestly
surgery.
did not think he would go over that easy.
Yeah, that's all right.
Well, you're looking better.
Well, thank you very much. It's as
Looking
good
better.
as it's going to get right now. But thank you so much.
You are looking a lot better, you know.
Well, thank you.
I mean, when he first came back, he looked like a scarecrow in clothes, just kind of walking around.
Well, a
And now-
zombie, you know.
No, zombies looked healthier than you did.
Oh, that's nice.
Now you actually look like a person again.
That's great. Thank you.
Well, hospitals and that's a whole nother story. But
Yeah.
they you kind of shrink a little bit when you're in a hospital. So.
You do.
Well, I do. I went in at 221 and came out at 186.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get down to 186,
Well,
but I'm 5'5".
I can put you in the hospital. Anyway, let's get back to this conversation. We got
You
the
look
Behave.
awesome. You look awesome, brother.
we got
Behave.
the
I'm just gonna go back to the history a little bit.
yes.
So that
Please.
we're a registered charity and a corporation. So that gives us a little bit different status than other businesses in that you're running your organization as a registered charity. So I do all the things. We've tried to live in buildings that cost us as little as possible. I'm echoing. Is that me or you?
No, it sounds good on us. All
Yeah,
right.
Oh, okay.
everything.
Okay, I'm just getting a feedback on myself. So we've been in different locations, but the one we're in now, I just wanted to tell you about is probably the best we've ever been in. And we were there in 1999. We moved in,
Mhm.
and it's the old Coronation Park Library in
Mhm.
St. Boniface.
Yeah, and that's where I taught when I
Yeah.
was doing it. But I miss it so much, and I can't wait. Are you back at all doing any live classes yet, or no?
No, not live. It's really kind of eerie, strange going into an empty building.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, for administrative purposes, I'm in there once a week or twice a week, whatever I need to do. But to go in there and everything's just like it's just sitting there since we closed, eh?
Yeah.
And it was the second closing, so I mean, we had to shut down like everybody in March, and then figure out what on earth was going to happen from there. And then we were open again at Code Orange for I think for the summer.
Yeah.
Like June, July, August, somewhere in there. Excuse me. And
That's okay.
and it was good. We had the kids, like we have a lot of kids in there in this summer do art camps.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we do 5-6 weeks of art camps. All we had to do is was really interesting, how to reduce kids' capacity down to under 10 kids. It was, for the space type of thing. And then figure out how to not let them share everything.
Oh, see, yeah, there you go.
It's really hard for kids, and they're so good at sharing everything when they're doing art. And so that was a totally different way of thinking for us on how to, we had to build separate kit buckets for every single kit of art supplies that they could use themselves. And they'd use it for that stretch, for that week. And then it was sanitized, which is pretty tricky to do for pencil crayons and stuff. But anyway, it was sanitized then for the next group, the next week that would start again. So we had to do that for about, going into the fall, about 65, 70 kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So where are we now in the, not to cut you off, but while I have this thought, artist brain, right? Where are we in the classes right now? Like if people want to.
We take that decision every time it comes up to about a month and a half prior to when we go into our next session. we have a board meeting. We have a wonderful board of 10 people, and we discuss, what are we going to do? What can we do? And we knew what the cleaning protocols were already, because we've done that. And then we decide, are we open for the winter session? No, canceled. Are we open for the spring session? No, canceled. In person, right?
Right.
Because we couldn't see it. There's too many people waiting now. You've waited for this long time to get your vaccination. You're kind of hoping you're in the home stretch. And will people actually be comfortable coming into the center without having that vaccination?
See, that's a whole nother piece to the puzzle, because we've discussed it too.
Yeah.
If the clubs open up, like we're entertainers, and if those open up and the movie theaters open up fully in theaters, are people or the arts
Are they going to go?
Are they going to go? I know. I would.
Are they going to go?
I wouldn't. The
so only ones that are. You're absolutely right. It's like the whole year's been a big question mark, and then are people going to feel comfortable? And if they're not, then is it worth it? You realize the lead time. Well, like everything else, your lead time for advertising is a month and a half that you have to confirm advertising.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to build all the new classes online. I have a fabulous programming director, Shauna, who does all that.
Yep, she often reminded me to get back to her. Me.
and then you put all that work up, and then you cancel it all, right? So we got what are we gonna do all that work for? So what we're doing is we're hoping the kids are pretty used to the school system right now. So we're hoping that we could do maybe some summer classes in person, shorter ones, like 5 weeks, and hopefully the art camps for the kids, because again, nobody enters the building except the kids. They have their workstations and away they go type of thing. So right now, nothing in person. We did a few workshops, but everything's been online. So online art classes, I'll just give you briefly what we got here.
Sure, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, it's all on our website, so you can go. Is
that correct underneath there?
It's under Learn, formartcenter.com.
Okay.
And then it's you can do painting, and painting can be in just about any medium, usually acrylic and water-soluble medium, water-soluble oil. A mindfulness one, and that one really was popular right at the beginning of all this craziness. The art of mindfulness, people needed it. Drawing, of course, a basic drawing class. Portraits like the Masters, it's a painting class. Cartooning 101, we know who's doing that. And then and we got John. I have to tell you, we got John because years ago, I'm thinking maybe about 30 years ago.
You lost a bet.
When we were on Main Street, John did a workshop on cartooning, caricatures.
Yeah.
That was before your breakfast television days, like a long time ago.
Yeah, it was before 99.
That was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Another one was called Art Movements, digital illustration. Now that's when you get into the teens. So this is where they're learning to do the illustrative work on their tablets and their laptops. And it's really a teens class. We have a teen comic book art class. And that one's it's amazing to see it. Charcoal portrait class, techniques in oil pastels class, mixed media, children's and teenagers, another illustrative art of illustration design, and a really popular one is anime and manga art.
Anime is huge.
Oh, my son would probably love that.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah,
he's taken into that.
It's amazing, and the kids actually, when we started doing that, think about 5 or 6 years ago, anime was really taking off again, and we brought in quite a number of different manga artists, and they're so amazing. Like these young artists attend all these conventions all over the world. So, really? when we had Comic-Con. And remember our buddy Mike who did Comic-Con?
Yeah, well, Mark was a house DJ.
C4, okay. Yep. Well, we had a display there for the last 2 years. Mike was wonderful because he was he gave us registered charities and organizations that were teaching art and clubs, and that he gave us our free display space. He gave
You
it
gave
to us.
away something for free?
He did.
You're
Oh.
lying because I know Mike.
No, well, that's great. That's great.
He
You
did.
know,
He charges his children for dinner.
Have you seen his dinners?
Yeah, I know. I know Mike very
gosh,
well.
they're
Yeah.
amazing. I
I
married
know.
the guy. The
I
food-
can't believe what he makes for dinner.
Well, he's a trained chef,
Yeah,
cordon bleu.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
he's a
yeah.
yeah. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Well, you know what? He's really wonderful in sponsoring and promoting, in our case, the art.
Yeah.
The art of manga and anime and stuff like that. But I knew Mike too, because he was on the board from the Norwood Grove Business Improvement Zone
Yep.
Okay.
at
Cool.
one time. Okay, so because we're in St. Boniface in Coronation Park in Norwood Grove, we're one of the organizations that's part of the Norwood Grove Business Improvement Zone.
Mhm.
And Mike was on their board for quite a while.
When his store was up there on
St.
On
Mary's.
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's, yeah. But so we got in there, but the amount of kids and the amount of places they go to, like they basically make a living almost on these digital prints of their manga art, like prints, right?
Yeah.
And they travel with them all over these conventions, all over North America.
And they do quite well.
Not right now, but so this group of young artists for anime and manga are just amazing, and they create this little club. So all these kids are sitting in. They're using a sharing conferencing video called Discord.
Yep.
So that's what they use.
It's a huge platform. People play games on it. You can talk. You can have video conferencing.
Oh.
It actually links up to some, like, you remember when I was playing Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes,
Over the internet with friends.
that's correct.
We were using Discord as the communications platform. But
Yeah.
the wonderful thing is you can share images and videos and whatever's happening on your screen.
Pretty cool.
So this is what the kids are doing for the both for their comic book art and the manga art. The two instructors have chosen to use Discord, and it's like being in a classroom. So exactly what you said, they're sharing their art, they're chatting, they're sharing their music. It's as best as you can get to sitting in the classroom with each other.
No, that's true.
Wonderful.
And they get an instant critique and feedback. The forum art was created to get feedback, not just from your instructor, but from each other, from all the students that are there.
Oh yeah, that's important. You know, you don't feel so alone. Number one, and you actually they listen to each other more than they listen to me. You know,
Exactly.
they're
It's
peers.
usually because they're talking about you.
Thank you.
That's right. And it's a family community. People have been members. We've had some for 45, 50 years.
Wow.
We've had
Wow.
third and fourth generations of families. One of our students who's now 91, at one time her great granddaughter was coming for the art camps.
Oh my goodness.
Right on.
Yeah, we've got a pretty long history. My mom still paints. She's 91. She's still on our board of directors. She's been painting acrylic. She started with Nick Belias, the art director, and they all paint in the same group, so they get to know each other's families and the history and to this day, I'll get phone calls from somebody's kid. The kids are now in their 60s or 70s, and their parents took art classes at the forum.
That's cool.
And they're very good to us because usually they're downsizing and they're donating art supplies or books.
Oh yeah. You get a lot of.
You can always use
donations in that way.
those.
Absolutely.
So once again, if they want to get more info and also hopefully register for classes when the dust settles,
Yeah.
just hop online. It's that simple. They don't have to present a portfolio of any kind. They don't have to just show up and enjoy.
Yep, that's it. There's no prerequisites, no requirements, no qualifications. You just want to do art.
I love it.
Cool.
That's it. Even you could do it, Mark.
See, that's what I've been telling you.
You have way more confidence in me than I have in me. I'll stick to my singing.
All right, I'll show you one of the
But you
illustrations.
know what? You collect stuff, right? Miniatures.
I am a
and-
collector, yeah. And
okay. And there's clubs. there's clubs that make those things, right?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I've got a very, very good friend in Calgary. His name is Mike. Um, we kind of grew up together. We played Dungeons and Dragons together, all sorts of wonderful things. He's now got 3D. He's got like 4 or 5 3D printers going. He's taking orders for these little miniatures he's making for people.
Wow.
You know that dice tower I got with the dragons?
Yes.
Yeah.
He made that for me.
Well,
He printed that.
maybe he can make you 3D girlfriend.
Well, posable.
All right, enough.
I find that's where we find artists at all different events like that. Like we had one guy comes to our shows, which we don't have right now, but we have a gallery online. And I found an artist that would bring these prints of dragons, and he would sell them at the medieval festival, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah.
And I went to one, and there was one at Bronx Park one year, and it was all these guys, these battles of these miniature things.
Yeah.
But then there was artists making these things from scratch.
Yo,
that's cool.
And painting them with, I swear, like the hair of a paintbrush. Because
I've seen some of those paintbrushes.
Tiny, like little critters, eh?
Critters.
So it's
I paint those too. I paint those miniatures myself, and I watch these people and they do their eyes, and
you use a paint roller. That's the difference.
It almost seems like it in comparison, because these guys go in there and they actually do pupils on the eyes.
Yeah.
These little itty bitty. I can't even see the eyes.
No, but
it's just a different form of art.
Yeah, like I'll show you one of the illustrations for this book. This is I don't know if we can get a good shot of that. Can you see it?
Yep.
Can you see that? Okay, it's a
Viking. It helps if I put my glasses on. Hang on.
Yeah, it helps if I wear them when I'm drawing.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's about 5. It's about 5 cousins that find a magic shield, as you see, and it takes them all over on these adventures.
Now, the spots that are kind of glowing funny, those are green.
Those are green.
That's why
he made his pants come off.
You know what? They look like you're like see-through.
All right.
They look like you've done a cutout.
Well, that's good. Yeah, it does. But I just use marker and ink, and whatever you want to use. Anybody, like you said, can create art. So absolutely. I highly suggest people check you out.
Your artist, your art too is. You're like a sign artist.
Yeah, I do a lot of that too, as far as windows at the holidays and stuff like that.
He did this. He did this behind us here.
I know he did. I mean, that's like an old school art. Remember, there was window painters.
Yeah,
I want him to do the Christmas thing on the window next year.
I'll be happy to. What's your budget?
Whatever you can find in your back pocket.
I'll do your windshield.
Before they had printers, they had painters, and the painters were great graphic, illustrators, basically.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
That's true. Yep, like Michelangelo, and didn't use one computer.
No, he didn't. Apparently, his laptop broke down. He had to send it away.
That's right. Well, Daryl, I'm going to let you trundle off. But I want once again for people to hop online, check out the gallery, and you'll give us fair warning when the classes will start. And when give us a call. We'll get you back on.
They can look at it anytime. The spring classes will be up really soon. They're starting like in a week or two for the online classes. Oh, okay. Yeah, because we usually start like April 1st. Like it's sort of just after spring break.
Mm-hmm.
So this is spring break, and then they go right into classes. So mid-April, they can start registering for spring online classes.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to, some students maybe jumping on board. I have a great time doing it, and all the classes are so wonderful.
And remember, forumartcenter.com.
Easy.
Or you can phone 204-235-1065.
You got it.
Operators are standing by.
That's right. Kathy Worth is sitting there right next to the phone.
That's right. She's there.
Yep. She's one of my favorite students. She's been in every class I've done there.
Yeah. She loves taking all different art classes. Her and I went to U of M together.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Interior design. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wow. Well, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yes.
That's so cool.
I know. And it's so neat because I can only reference my classes.
Yeah.
My classes, I've had young kids in the same class with, I think my oldest student was 86. All having a great time.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yes.
One of the things I had really fun videotaping and editing all that with you. So that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It
Thank
was.
you very much.
I can't wait to do that again.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
So today,
Tigerfish.
I was I was looking for stuff to put on the show,
Okay.
and I found some summertime fails that I wanted to put on here.
All right. Can I mention one thing?
Hang on.
I guess not.
But outside our home,
Oh
our
yeah.
next door neighbor, an older East Indian couple, absolutely lovely people.
Oh yeah.
They've got this old Italian handyman.
Mm-hmm.
And so they asked him to cut down a major branch on the tree out front. And I was just waiting. I was waiting for him to fall. I had to film it because I thought for sure. So I put together a little montage. Well, not a montage, but a shortened clip of him up there in the tree. I was just waiting for him to just.
You're
drop.
mean. You're mean.
So anyway, we're gonna watch this. You ready?
We're gonna do that now.
Yeah.
All
we'll
right.
do
Scott
that.
McTaggart from Fusion Grills
Yeah,
coming up right
He's
after
coming
that.
right
But
after this.
let's take a look at this shot.
No, that's the neighbor's handyman.
Well, I know that.
But he's using this itty bitty little reciprocating saw, and the wire. He's got an extension cord going from their house,
And he's
going up, and it's up around that tree, and he almost cuts it like 3 or 4 times.
Wow, it's not even a ladder.
No, the ladder's down at the bottom there.
Oh my God.
He's standing on little itty bitty offshoots, like cut down branches,
Wow.
and you watch this guy. and he's
Darwinism at its finest.
like, yeah, I was waiting for him to just.
You're
drop.
just me. Throw a banana peel up there. See what happens.
You know, it was like a train wreck. You couldn't take your eyes off of it. Look at him go.
Oh boy, he's a professional tree cutter.
He was up there an hour.
Yeah, that's his branch office.
Timber.
Oh, run! He's all proud. Now he can't get down. He's still out there, actually.
Yeah, there he is. Look at that.
Oh, Tarzan.
Now, well, see, it's still connected at the bottom there, right?
Yeah,
So he's now trying to cut that away.
yeah, we can see it.
And not only is the saw going back and forth, he's going back and forth, trying to help the saw,
Wow.
which is already going back and forth.
Well, next Thanksgiving, let's hire him to carve the turkey. Yep. See, folks, and we're close to what's the hospital?
And
we're
look,
close to?
throws it down. We're right next to Seven Oaks.
Seven Oaks Hospital, not a far drive. Now the son of a
Kick,
gun's stuck.
Kick. Here we go. Push, 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 and down it goes.
Unbelievable.
I loved him.
Yeah, he was up there cackling away watching this poor old gentleman trying to make a buck or two. And he could have fallen, but I'll be honest with you, I would have laughed too if I found out he was okay.
So after Scott McTaggart, I'll show the summertime fails. Summer's cut around the corner,
All right.
and I can't wait. But and maybe even I'll be the subject of a summertime fail. Hopefully, this summer. The beach is near.
You're going to go to the beach?
Oh, I love the beach.
Okay.
I'm even thinking of wearing one of your shirts.
You're not touching my shirts. Anyways, this gentleman is a success.
He is.
Not a
When is this breaking news happening?
That's
Wow,
you're the breaking news.
hello.
Oh my God!
Love your hat.
What's going on?
Well,
First-
that pompous introduction we gave you there, bro.
I gotta,
Breaking-
I've got to follow the lunatic lumberjack.
Oh yeah.
And he was great. I mean, he was up there, and I was like, "Oh, are you crazy?" And he was like, using the whole Kama Sutra, trying to find positions in the tree that he could.
My gosh. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Maybe you could win 10 grand with that, and one of in America's Funniest Home Videos.
Well, he got down safely. So
Yeah, only if he fell, we could win it. Scotty, how are you, sir? How
I'm
are
good,
things?
gentlemen. I'm well. I'm here.
Now
I
we had
saw
you
were
on.
wearing hats, so it's a hat night.
That is.
I love your hat.
Thank you.
Is that
Thank
is that from the
Pork pie hat from the haberdashery. I sometimes
haberdashery? Yep.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm,
you get this, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that is very stylish as well, my friend.
Mine's a Hawaiian print hat from Walmart. So,
well, no, you've got to start somewhere.
That's right. Hey, we had you on right at the beginning of this ridiculous show we do, talking about the restaurant industry. Of course, you were at the helm of Fusion Grill on Academy, and it wasn't a pretty scene with COVID. Well, I'll just let you go. Where are we at?
Where are we at now?
How's it going in the industry? Help us.
Well, we've gone a year around the horn. We're now able in Winnipeg. We're able to be open 50% capacity, but limited to household only.
Right.
That's going to stay. That's going to stay like that for a while yet, another couple of weeks at least, until they see what happens with the numbers. It's in Winnipeg's a great market. Winnipeggers in general, fantastic. But they like to go out to eat on Fridays and Saturdays. So
yeah, they do.
Now it's with no business, like you can't going on. There's no business to business sort of entertainment happening. So on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we're like Deadsville. I mean, it's not great. And then Fridays and Saturdays, ironically, we're turning people away because we've hit our capacity or just through demand for what people want. So it's a real really up and down. It's quite a ride. As the lot since we've opened, which was on February the 12th for the Valentine's Day weekend.
Okay.
We're just trying to find different ways to sort of entice people to come and see us on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, whether it's dining in or doing takeout and delivery. I've talked to a lot of my restaurant colleagues across Canada, and I got to tell you, man, I'm pretty lucky. But I'm hearing some nasty stories.
Oh God!
People really, losing their dreams. I talked to a guy, professional rugby player, been in a successful couple of restaurants for 25 years. Great guy, super, just a funny guy, great operator. And he's on the phone, and I can hear his voice cracking on the other end of the line. And as he's talking about. The bank and the landlord and trying to make all of those payments work out and him having to put his house back up, as collateral against the second round on the lease for the building. And it's just, just heartbreaking, really. We've seen over 10,000 restaurants close this year already.
Wow.
And, yeah, exactly.
Wow.
In Winnipeg alone?
No.
No, that's across Canada. That's
Across Canada?
Yeah.
I was going to say, do we even have 10,000 in Winnipeg?
There's only about 1,000 restaurants in Manitoba.
Yeah, I was going to say, holy smokes.
So it's opening a. I'm not telling you, you know this. I'm just letting the folks know that industry is tough to keep a business open your first 6 months. It's not an easy industry at all to get going, let alone keep it alive during this mess.
No, absolutely. And I mean, there's some basic principles, accounting principles. You always want to keep like 3 months worth of cash on hand so you can survive. Well, Christ, it's been 12. It's ridiculous. And again, I just can't tell people how much we appreciate the support of Winnipeggers. And, when you're having a bad week, a bad day, whatever's going on, and somebody gets on the phone and calls and orders some food or makes a reservation type of a thing, it makes a huge difference. And while a lot of people are still very apprehensive about returning to the dining room, they can still support us, and we need it like crazy because, just because we're open doesn't mean we're okay, because the majority of last survey, 80% of Canadians said they're not ready to go back to a restaurant just yet.
We were just talking about that, or movie theaters or the performing arts theaters, comedy clubs, you name it, And
exactly.
There's a huge trickle down effect too, I imagine, in that industry. I guess all industries, but answer a question for me, Scotty. You have all the food in the restaurant that you order from your various suppliers. When you go through something like that, I mean, how do you replenish that stuff? You know what I'm trying to get at? If people are coming to your restaurant, you got to scramble to get your suppliers to do it, because that stuff can't last in the fridge forever anywhere.
No, and I mean, for us, we try and empty the fridge out fridges out every week because we're closed Sundays and Mondays.
Okay.
We're a small place, but for the average restaurant, I mean, it's a $30,000 hit. Just in terms of, you know what I mean? Like, and then you're right.
Yeah.
What do you do with the stuff in the fridge when they say, okay, you got 3 days and we're going to shut you down? I mean,
that's my year. And
we can be generous. Our industry is generous to food banks and everything else, and that's fine. But I mean, that all of that food cost money. We bought that, and to just give it away, whether it's a spectacular cause or not, is still an expense to the owner of that restaurant. It's still, and the other expense that's really tough is like staff, man.
Sure.
Because, I mean, our industry has, been losing some really great players through no fault of their own, but just because of the circumstances of the closures during COVID,
Yeah, my daughter is Brittany, who she's a server, and she was just happy to get out of the, her apartment and get to work again. And
Sure.
She lives on her tips. It's a pretty high-end restaurant, much like yours, very unique. You can't say very unique. It's either unique or it's not. Okay, unique restaurant.
Great.
It's ultra unique.
Yes, that's right. But aside from the doom and gloom, you are getting people in there. A mutual friend of ours, Jan Currier, always talks about getting your food delivered. That's their Friday night thing. It's explain to folks who may not have ever had the pleasure or opportunity to experience Fusion Grill, either takeout or coming in. Just wrap our heads around it a bit.
So the Fusion Grill is really something that reflects who we are. It's the ingredients come locally. I buy all my ingredients direct from farm families and fisher folk. We then, Chef Lorna in the kitchen, she's fantastic. We've been working together for 18 years now. She takes the food culture, the ethnicity of the province, whether it's Italian or French or Central American or Asian influences, Eastern European, and she will create dishes that reflect who we are as Manitobans and Canadians. And that is the Fusion Grill. So you're going to see, something like a white truffle pierogies with duck sausage and a walnut cream sauce. I mean, this is
what is a truffle?
That was listed as one of the top 40 reasons to love food in Canada in Food and Wine magazine, right?
That's right. Congrats.
What is a truffle?
What?
What is a truffle?
What is a truffle? Yeah. Truffle's like Johnny Youngberg, a fun guy.
Whoa! Yes, I want to see my scar.
No. Yeah, but for some reason a cream doesn't get rid of him.
Yeah, ointment.
Well, is it like a mushroom?
Yes,
it's similar to a mushroom.
Yeah, fungi.
It's in the fungus family. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it was between your toes.
Super umami, man. Like super umami. I want my umami. I want my truffle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a decadent.
And then we serve bison entrees, fresh pickerel, and then again we try and bring, like what I was mentioning with the pierogies. You've got French, you've got Eastern European, you've got these different influences all there with some great local ingredients, and really that's what we're about. It's a small cool spot. It's fine dining, but I don't really like the term fine dining very much. It sort of implies snootiness, and we're anything but snooty. We're pretty relaxed, and although the service is remarkable, got some great comments online about the service, and all Canadian wine list. So we have an award-winning wine list that features labels from Nova Scotia, Ontario, British Columbia, Vancouver Island, and it's a great honor to be able to feature some of these great labels from across Canada and to create something new. Really, I mean, 25 years ago, when people thought of what was prairie cuisine all about or what was local all about, people had no idea. And I'm proud that Fusion Grill has been a part of sort of creating that scene.
Well, it's like with me going to your place, I got to broaden my horizons a bit because I love going there. And Lori and I will be back, I'm sure, at some point for dining there. And but every time I go in there, bison, gonna have the bison. Gonna have the bison.
Yeah. Well,
steak, I don't know, but I have had good bison in the past.
Oh, it's great bison. But also pickle cheek.
I'm not a fish eater.
I remember, I believe, Scotty, going back in time to breakfast television. that stage in my life, even though I was a morning TV host, mornings weren't my best friend. A lot of times, and the same with you. I mean, we see you in the studio. You see me like, you know, and I'm going to cook pickerel cheeks at 7 a.m. There you go.
Yeah.
The good old days.
I'm not much for fish.
Oh, you'll love it when no
I don't
matter
like
how they
fresh.
do it.
I don't like freshwater fish. I never have.
Put salt on it. There you
Well, what do you guys are interviewing me right now? What are you? But what are you pumping in there for?
I want a steak. What kind of steaks do you have?
Yeah, lots of steaks. And we got wild boar on the menu. It's
Wild
fantastic
boar?
Wild boar with
How do you get wild boar?
Would you let him talk?
It's
Go ahead.
Man, I've been doing it for a long time. All you have to do is pay COD. And a lot of stuff, you know, they love it when when the ranchers and farmers and whatnot bring their produce and the meat and that type of thing, and you know we pay for it, right? And it's great. They're small businesses too. They need to be supported. And when people come to Fusion Grill, we often will remind them, hey, thank you. You're supporting rural farm families and fisher folk around Manitoba, directly, right?
People forget it's a trickle down effect.
Of course, and I mean it's. We've seen a couple of our suppliers disappear.
Oh, geez.
Unfortunately, and one of them came back recently, so we're super happy about that. And we're going to do everything we can to try and keep them and their business afloat. As at the same time, of course, the Fusion Grill.
Well, you made a very good point, Scott. You made a very good point that just because the restaurant's open doesn't mean it's doing well. It doesn't take a lot of thought to put those two together.
Right.
You're recovering. Slow recovery. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, very slow.
You're still in business.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's almost being open is almost bad, because what'll happen is people will think we're okay, we're open, and then they'll stop ordering takeout and delivery, and then we're sort of in this weird purgatory where there's no takeout and delivery, and there's nobody's coming into the dining room, and then it's like, wow, So I mean, I appreciate this opportunity just to be able to share with people, hey, look, we really appreciate your help, man. It's great. I mean, we're going to do everything we can. I'm delivering the food myself to make sure.
I was just going to bring that up. You actually personally will get in your car and deliver the food.
Absolutely. I've been doing it for a year. And even in the summer when we opened up, we put a patio out front, which was great. And my darling wife, who's a lawyer by trade, she took over the delivery duties for a couple of months in the summer, just to make sure, right, that we had that personal touch with people, and that the care and attention that chef is putting into each plate, into the box, was reflected in the delivery. We've got a hot box in the truck, so it keeps the food temperature stable, and then we get it to your door as quickly and efficiently as possible, sort of mitigating all of those key issues regarding temperature and time, so that you get the food the best that we can get it to you, other than being right in the dining room here, which would be our first preference.
Now, whereabouts are you located in the city?
We're cleverly located at 550 Academy. Cleverly located at 550 Academy Road. So kind of west on Academy, closer to Route 90, the St. James Bridge, and Calvin High School or Stafford there.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, nice little spot.
So do you have a distance of how far you will deliver to?
Yes.
I mean, the food's got to stay. You want the food to stay,
yes,
fresh.
And do. It's about 15-minute radius around the restaurant, but I can tell you from the cheesecake that I delivered at 9 o'clock last night that 15 minutes west of us is the Perimeter Highway, for God's sake.
So we fit. No, wait, maybe not. We're north.
Anyways, we're grateful, and that's cool. And then we've been helping people. We had, people had their twin daughters were wanting to reserve and come into the dining room. They couldn't come into the dining room to celebrate their birthdays. They're from Selkirk, families from Selkirk. So I had them drop off a cooler, and I put a heater, electric space heater, in the cooler for a couple of hours to really warm it up good. And then we put the food in there and sent them on their way. And they drove the half hour back to Steinbach, and and loved it. Had a great meal and enjoyed it, and it worked out really well. So we will find a way to make it positive for.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Well, this might entice them out there. You have an extensive when you're at the restaurant. I guess this was 2 points to make. An extensive wine list, and how does that work with you can't deliver it, can you?
Oh yeah, we can deliver now. We're delivering wine now like crazy. We're focusing on our local crafty brew friends in Winnipeg. We're
Holy
doing
cow.
that as well. Yeah, absolutely, and we've been able to do that for a year or so now. One of the positive things that our legislators did for us was to allow restaurants to do delivery. I mean, it's great. I have a Canadian list, so I really try and keep some very rare labels that you can't get at a liquor mart or anything like that. So it's again, trying to build on the experience. So one of those things is exclusivity. So if you can get, you can't get a wine anywhere, but right here, that sort of just ups the game a little bit. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And we try and keep a rotating list of our local craft breweries and the things that they're putting out too, because that's a whole nother market. And maybe you don't want a whole bottle of wine, but maybe you do want a nice can of local crafty beer. So we can.
Who's your number one seller in the craft beer locally right now? I'm a big craft beer person, so I love it.
You know what? Honestly, I mean, they all sell really well. But probably it will always be the lighter stuff. Winnipeggers are, there's I don't know. There's still a refreshment sort of aspect to it. We do a lot of beer and food pairing that's really cool. But I think it's always going to be, a pale ale, Winnipeg Brewworks Pilsner, are always super popular. But then, there's brewers that have been doing a great job. And with making good beer consistently, right? So
yes, they've got it down to
Saturday Night Lumberjack from Barnhammer, man, that is something. A grandpa sweater, that oatmeal stout,
Under the Norwood Bridge.
No, he's talking about the oatmeal stout, which is really that's a beautiful oatmeal stout.
Yeah. I'm just going by personal experience.
It's not where you drink it; it's what you're drinking, dude.
Yeah, well, oh boy, yeah, I learned that the hard way. But I got to ask you. Speaking of that, if someone orders a nice meal from you and a full bottle of wine, and you're delivering, do they only end up with a half bottle of wine when it gets to their house?
No, that's.
And do you deliver to Under the Bridge?
I wait until after all the deliveries are done before I crack into the wine.
Boy.
Yeah, and believe me, you know what? I have a new respect and appreciation for delivery drivers too.
Oh yeah,
I bet you do.
It's a lot trickier than It's
it is.
Can we just have one moment, a public service announcement, please?
You may.
Hey, people, please, if you order delivery from anybody, not just me, anybody, please turn the front light on. Thank you. This has been a public service announcement from delivery driver Scott.
And for the love of God, turn off your Christmas light.
Turn the light on. Jesus
God. Yeah, no kidding. So your message is just because we're open doesn't mean we're doing well. And please support Fusion Grill and also all the other great restaurants that are just trying to make it back.
Absolutely. You know what? It does my heart well. I talk to people in the dining room here since we got back open these last couple of weeks, and people are saying to me things like, "Yeah, we go out every Friday night, where we're going to make sure we one restaurant during the week and one on the weekend." And I just tell them, on behalf of all of us. Small independent restaurateurs, we appreciate it very much. And yes, people out there just need to know that, man, we are grateful for your support. Very, very grateful and very fortunate for it.
Well, we're grateful that you're there feeding us.
No kidding. And if we go to Code Orange and people like last August when we had no numbers and people just made their own limits to things and screwed it up and we're still paying the price for that August, people... Just because it's orange doesn't mean go crazy. Just follow the rules we have that you're given. Wear the damn mask.
Get vaccinated when you can.
I got mine last week.
Yes, you did.
Oh, it was for syphilis, but still, it's No, I got my Shut up! I got my COVID vaccine. Yes, so everybody should do it when they get it. That notice or what have you.
Yes. Do it for all of us. Don't just be selfish. Do it for all of us.
Did you get yours yet?
I'm not. I'm too young.
You're too young.
Wait
Too
a
young
minute.
and healthy. I
How old
got.
are you?
I'm old enough.
Yeah,
In your range. What's your range?
50s.
Well, do you have any underlying conditions? Because then you can get it.
Just mental ones.
Well, I mean, you could tell them you think you're a duck,
yeah.
and it might work.
Well,
No,
I got mine because of my immune system's screwed up.
Oh, of course, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and I went in there and I was the youngest fella in there. It was amazing. But
well,
I got it done.
my wife's
Huh?
working. My wife is working there at RBC downtown. She's helping. She's a navigator there. She's helping
Yep.
with people getting the vaccine, and you know, it's they're ramping it up, right? They've got the other floor open now, so
Yep.
really,
Dear friend of ours, Stephanie's also a
Oh, good.
navigator there.
Right. I lucked out. There was nobody in line under the Norwood Bridge, so I just went where they told me to, and I think it was a vaccine.
Right.
I think it was a vaccine.
And the thing is that the
And
needle
we're
was
all-
only used twice before.
and all too eager to drop your pants too. I'll bet.
That's right. I shouldn't have gone my arm, and that doesn't look like a needle.
And the needle was only used twice
It's
before.
in the arm. It's in the arm, John. The arm.
Oh my goodness, Scotty, it's a pleasure as always, and we're going to have you back again and again. And once again, people out there watching, support local, please, and be careful so we can all open up again and enjoy the great food and great company and whatnot. And you go to tables and talk people's ear off, and it's just wonderful.
Well, you know, the wonderful thing is you and I can go there and eat together because we live in the same home.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you keep telling me we're going to go there.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Fine.
I'm waiting.
You're welcome, fellas. Hey, look. What do you got a phone?
He's buying.
Yeah. We can. I don't think you delivered to us. We're way over in.
Oh, what's that?
Huh?
Where are you?
Scott's buying.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Hey, trying to make it back. Don't you dare take from these fine
I'm
folks.
kidding. I'm kidding.
All right. Well, listen.
We're in the Maples. Do you go that far?
Depends on what day of the week it is.
Tuesday.
If it's Tuesday, there's nothing going
If
on.
it's Tuesday, let's go to Regina.
yeah. Exactly.
Exactly.
All right, Scott. Thank you once again, sir. It is an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, gentlemen. Enjoy
All
the
right.
rest of your night.
All right.
Thank
Take
you.
care. And I really hope people take heed to realizing that
Well,
they need you. The
They
restaurants
do.
need you badly. And, well, quite
The
frankly,
restaurants depend on us.
that's right. That's
I mean, if we're not going to go eating there, there's no reason for them to be there.
right. I know. And
You
it's
know.
amazing what you take for granted. And like Scotty said, I mean, people are losing their homes over this.
Yes.
They're losing so much, and they just want to get it back. And we all do. We
And,
all do.
and it really is a trickle down thing because they get their food from our farmers, and our farmers, you know, they take that money and they come in and they buy our services and goods.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
So there you
so
go.
it goes around and around and around.
Ah, boy, what a world! What a
It is.
world!
Oh, so I wanted to get into those summertime.
You're so excited
Follies.
about this.
Yeah, because you know I'm so excited about tomorrow. It's supposed to be almost 20 degrees.
Now, for those American people who don't know what that means, that's about
80,
oh hell no,
90.
no. It's about 65, maybe.
Really?
Yeah, 65 ish.
You-
I'm guessing. Anybody out
America-
there know? I don't know.
You Americans
Yes,
have a
I am.
funny
Brood.
funny thing.
Yeah. Okay. So let's watch this hysterical video that you put together.
I think some of these are just beautiful. What's this? That's a hurt.
My, what a year it's been. This time last year, you all good. Who good? Who knew? Who knew?
And she's trying to keep the phone out of the water.
Yeah, where's the chances?
Okay, so I'm going through it.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Oh my god.
It's brilliant. Watch this.
I'm watching. That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
I thought she was going into deep water. There's no water there. How do you screw that up?
Corn about to flip a front flip over the chairs with his girl on his back with the torch around.
What the hell is that?
He's going to try and flip into the pool with his girlfriend on his back. He tripped over the chair.
This ain't gonna work. Don't step on that top one.
Oh my goodness.
This
It's gonna look
Up above the pool.
Took out the heavy guy.
This is great.
Oh my God, that hurt. I just see pain in these.
Yeah, some of them. Watch this one. You think pain? Here. Flip. Poof.
Oh, so you gotta snap his neck. Oh,
Now you see her.
And goodbye. Oh my God, talk about a cleaning.
Now you don't. Like literally like a second.
Oh my God, the deck broke.
Yeah.
You must have got a nasty splinter off that thing.
Yeah, she probably did. And this is my favorite ending. Poof. Ah!
I give him a 10. That was a very good, whatever that was.
Oh my. I was trying to figure out how to make it go back and then, up reverse and then go back in. And
It's
reverse.
doable.
I know. I just haven't figured it out. On the
There
software
you
yet.
go. Well, I hope you have
Oh,
a
my.
safer summer than that, folks. Oh boy, I can't wait for summertime.
Oh, I know. And you know what?
What?
So people, we have the Now What mug,
Yeah.
coffee mug.
Yeah, we'll give you a clean one. That one has stuff.
Yeah, no, we've got one that we've signed.
Oh, that's right. You keep
That's
telling
right.
me this. I don't remember
You can't-
signing it.
We signed a shirt and a cup.
Was I in painkillers then, or was that before the surgery?
It was way before the surgery.
Oh, okay.
So we signed. They're signed and they're ready to go.
Okay.
But there's also a $25 gift certificate for Tim Hortons.
Oh,
To go with it.
again. Excellent.
Yep.
Well, I'll have you know, hopefully we'll get other shirts because I got a message today from one of our viewers who said she really wants to win it, but a small T-shirt. She couldn't even get one of her girls in it. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
well,
No, the girls. The girls.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
I didn't want to say anything else, but
My
yeah.
girls fit in there just right.
Yeah, no kidding.
So how do you win it?
I
Here's
don't
how you
know.
win it. Here's how you win it.
I didn't even know I signed them.
You send me or John a message on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
or you can find us in the group, the Facebook group, or on the page. Send us a personal message with the answer to last week's question. It was the last thing you saw on last week's end credits.
Mm-hmm.
There is a phobia, the name of it. And what is it the phobia of?
Contest.
Send that. No, it isn't
Oh.
actually. You don't remember what it is, do you?
Oh, hold on.
You can't say it, but you don't remember what it is, right?
My memory was horrible before my body took a beating, but I swear they operated here, not on my brain. But something went
But-
wrong.
So you had to watch last week's show in order to get to the answer.
Okay.
Right.
And they can pick it up on this on our
Yeah, you can
group?
watch it online, and then you can go on our group
Yes.
and send us a message, personal message. The reason we don't want you putting it up out here because other people will see your message,
Well, they're not
and if you
idiots.
got it right,
Yes.
then they've got it right too. So, but then when we're gonna draw from those, and we're gonna give the $25 gift certificate and the cup to whomever got it right.
You take so long to describe something simple, but you're thorough. I'll give you that. Can I
Here's-
ask you a question, Einstein?
Mm.
This is your wallet. Look how thick this is. Look at that thing. It's a look at that.
Yeah,
What is in here that?
condoms?
Yeah, right.
No,
500 of them, maybe.
no. You know what? I've got membership cards for so many different things.
Read them off. What do you got?
Moore's. Oh,
Suit?
no, more rewards.
Okay.
Costco.
Yeah.
Husky.
Those are reward cards.
Yep, those are reward cards. Optimum.
Yeah.
Cantor's Meats.
Cantor's Meats.
Yeah, Cantor's Meats.
Okay.
Tim Hortons.
Uh huh.
What's this one? IKEA.
Yeah.
The Casinos of Winnipeg.
Of course. Why not?
Petropoints.
Uh huh.
Scene.
You got a ton of crap in there, man.
I've got a Save on Foods card.
Yep.
My medical card. Oh, are you a turtle?
Do I look like a turtle?
No, actually, it's an actual question. There is a thing called the Turtle Club. Of course, you can't
Is
see
that
it
after a cold
'cause it's
shower?
green, right? It's called the Turtle Club. The Turtle Club.
Yes.
Turtles are bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, fearless, and unafraid folk with the fighter pilot attitude. They think clean and have fun a lot. So basically, you have to have this card on you at all times.
Well, first of all, can I mention something? Turtles don't have fluffy tails.
Oh, shut up.
And what was the last one?
There's a whole lot to it.
What did you say about fight or
Uh,
something?
Fighter pilot attitude. They're people, unafraid folk with fighter pilot attitude.
Okay.
They think clean and have a lot of.
That's the one you got me on because I know you. You don't think clean at all. You're filthy.
I am.
You are.
So basically,
yeah.
the rules to becoming a member of this,
Uh-huh.
we assume all
Write this down.
all prospective turtles own a jackass. This goes back a long time ago, back to when we had donkeys. On the assumption for the reason for the password. The password must be given if you are ever asked by a fellow member, "Are you a turtle?" You must then reply, "You bet your sweet ass I am."
I'm sorry you had to witness this.
So that's that. Well, you asked.
I'm
what's
sorry.
this? Oh, my Bucks used automobile place card for Inkster something or another.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is a lawyer. If anybody needs a lawyer, I've got his card here.
What's the law firm? Dewey, Fleeson and Howe?
My license and my medical card.
Okay.
Oh, of course, I've got. Hang on, I've got more. My virtual Visa debit, right?
And that's not,
Air miles. I forgot
those are
useless.
useless.
I can get to downtown.
Yeah, they're crap. There's so
can't
many
get
blackout dates. It's a scam.
I can't get home.
The only two cards I have in that are membership cards are my Three Stooges fan club card and my Superman fan club card. Yep, I'm a member.
You remind me of Sheldon when he's got his Justice League membership card.
Yeah,
And why do you still have that? Because it says on it to keep with me at all times.
That's right. That's right. My Three Stooges card won't leave home without it. Well, we come to
that's
an
my
end.
wallet.
That's very nice. We've come
It's got
to
no money in it.
we've come to the end of
See?
another fine show. Yeah, what a fitting way to go out.
I've got
What the hell?
A scratch. No, I was going to call it a scratch and sniff.
I wouldn't be surprised with you.
It's a lucky 7 scratch card I haven't scratched. I think you gave this to me.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, on one of your more generous days.
We're going now. You've been a great audience, ladies and gentlemen. Join us next week when we try another attempt to get the Silver Heights restaurant on. This will be week 3.
Oh, hang on. We got a comment.
From who?
Daryl Demansky.
Uh-huh.
She says we're like Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, dead. And so's our act.
Oh, man.
We got to go.
You gotta
I've said
love
that. How
this.
long how many times have I said that? We
Well,
gotta go.
you're always trying to get out.
Yeah, well,
Lazy.
it's bath.
I forgot one. I've got my Plum Rewards card from Chapters. Yeah, Plum Rewards card from Chapters.
Chapters, they sell dictionaries?
I'm sure they do.
Well, look up Who Gives a Fuck. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.